Good morning, everybody. Cheers. Yum. Freshly made coffee. Macadamia milk. I don't know how they squeeze all the milk out of the macadamias, though. They must have to coerce it, you know, talk to them. Oh, Keen! What? What are you doing? Are you still awake? You haven't been to bed yet, have you? Ah, yum. How's everyone doing? Everyone had a good week? I hope so. I've had a very, very busy week. Been manufacturing most of it, which is good. Reseller orders and stuff. So the lines have been getting a lot of use. Happy Halloween, everyone. It was yesterday for us, but I think it's still today for many of you. That's probably why there's no one around. Everyone's out trick-or-treating or hiding from all the kids in the neighborhood. King got up early, but feels like shit. Okay, yeah, know that feeling. Yep, my body clock is still completely wrecked. Yeah, the Juki is rocking the manufacturing. I did 360 boards yesterday. Not panels, but boards of various products. And there was one button missing off one board, and there was no other rework at all for the whole thing. So that's a pretty great result. I saw text scrolling but never heard anything. Am I late? Text scrolling. Who's scrolling text? What? Oh, you mean in the chat? Right. No, I only just started about a minute ago. So though I don't know why the button was missing, I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting great results out of it. So very happy. Going to be an interesting stream today. Yeah, I'm just looking at the watch, or I'm looking at what I'm going to show you. Hi, Mika. First time here. Have watched nearly all your videos. Thanks for sharing knowledge. No worries. You must have fried a few brain cells watching my videos. Most aren't worth watching, I would think. But anyway. Maybe one day I'll go back and watch some of my videos, but I reckon I'll cringe the whole way through. But good to have you here for the first stream. Yeah, we're gonna do some TinyWATCH stuff today. I'm gonna keep working on the firmware. I've been spending some time on the firmware. Haven't even discussed what the firmware is. I talked you into buying a charm high or not buying a charm high. Whoa, careful. Whoa. Hey, Michael. Good morning. So Michael and I were chatting yesterday about him coming in today for the stream. That way he could live help me with my coding as opposed to doing it remotely live. But we're going to hook up another time for Michael to come in on stream.
Slotty says fart hi everyone, grinning face.
Thanks, Christian. And fart hi to you too. So yeah, we'll organise something else for Michael to come in and work on something a little bit more interesting than just sitting here coding. Yeah, I mean, that would have been maybe funny, but I would have got quite distracted. Yeah, don't buy a charm. If it's too late already, it's too late already, but don't buy a charm high. Yeah, or unless it was a long time ago you bought one, that's fine. And if it's working for you, great. Okay. I'm confused, but anyway. Oh, so the chat was going, but the video didn't start for you. That's weird. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know. Okay. Lots to talk about, but I mean, there's... Wow. Is it a holiday? Are people away? Is Halloween a holiday? Like, as in, people don't go to work? I mean, in Australia, it's not a holiday. It's just a thing that all the kids or whatever do. But, because there's like 22 people in the stream. That's an unusually low number. So, did the notification not go out? Or did I get something wrong with the time? Yeah, weird. So I'm just looking at the stats. You got it, but you already... Okay, yeah. Okay, well, it's just one of those days then, I guess. It's going to be quiet. Hey, Eric. Just for the kiddos, okay. You don't think it's a holiday anywhere? Hey, Life and Cycling. Okay, I was just, yeah, curious. Like, it's just unusually low number. So either people just aren't interested in TinyWatch, which is quite possible, or the thought of me coding on stream has just sent everyone off to do something else, which is also quite possible, or I don't know. There's something better on at the moment. Is another YouTuber, or maybe there's something on TV. I don't know. Maybe we should all just watch that. Is there a space launch? Something happening? Could be a time zone change, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. Anyway, so I'll say hello to the few people that are in the chat. Jeremy, good morning. Antonio, hello. Already started with the time jokes straight away, even before I did. Ray, hello. Embedded Hobbyist, hi. Geordie T. Johnny, hello. Keen, I said hi to already. Still can't believe you're actually here. Yumbo Prime, hi. Life and Cycling, hello. Sid, hello. And Mika, welcome, first time. Michael, Christian. Oh, lost it. Mike Swan, hello Mike, how are you? And Eric, and I think that's everyone in chat. Wow. Good, maybe it'll be so, hey, Zoinks. With the time change, you're an hour earlier in the UK. Well, that's good. I'm glad it's earlier. But maybe people are busy doing something, like dinner or putting kids to bed. I don't know. Yeah, I was going to say something and I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, JP normally streams around the same time I do. Hello, X-Micron. I can't remember what I was going to say. It doesn't matter. So, maybe I'll just get into, wait, 7 p.m. here. Sorry, 4:07 p.m. You're in, wait, where are you, Wagon Loads? Are you in the States or are you in the UK? I don't think you'd find watching my stuff relaxing, Mike. I don't find watching my stuff relaxing. East Coast US. Okay, so maybe it's just that people are still at work. Hey John, how you doing? Maybe I don't know. Anyway, let's get going. Let's get to it. So this is an interesting project, TinyWatch. Maybe I should just switch cameras. Just got home from work. Cool. I didn't just get to work. I've been here since 5. I've been here for 2 hours already. Just under 2 hours. Yay. Okay, so TinyWatch. Well, this is an open, unfolded TinyWatch with a battery and a board and a screen. Wow, your browser, mate, just restart your computer. Oh, up to 34 now. Okay, awesome, cool. Maybe it's just people are busy and kicking in now. lots of sweets for trick and treat, and then turn all the lights off, pretend there's no one home, and eat all the sweets myself. That's awesome. Or do you buy the good stash and the bad stash, and you give the trick-or-treaters the bad lollies, and you keep all the good ones for yourself? See, that's what my kids would do. Like, we'd get a whole bunch of lollies, and Flynn would go and take, like, if they're like, those jelly, gummy type lollies, whatever else, he only eats the red ones. So he'll take all the red ones out, and then Ollie will take all the purple ones out, because that's what she eats. And just leave all the shitty colours and the shitty flavours for everyone else, right? Smart move to, oh right, I thought it was a the, but it's to. Anyway, so I don't even know where to start, how to start. So obviously it's telling the time. It's 7:10, as you can see. I can't get any closer to this. I can't bring my boom down on my camera any further. And that's as far as I can zoom. I can zoom out. I can't zoom in anymore. Halloween is a satanic holiday. Yeah, I know it is, but it's just an excuse to eat lollies and junk. And so I have got swiping. Oh, that's... I need to turn off the... I need to... How do I turn off the auto... Not the auto bright... The... What do you call it? Maybe I can lock it. Can I lock it? Hang on. No. See how it's changing brightness of the camera? That's really annoying. How do I lock that? I don't know how to lock it on my... Oh well. So it's got four-way scroll. Like, I don't have anything set up. Oops. Side to side at the moment, but it can do swiping in each direction. There's nothing. I'll show you how all this works in a moment. Anyway, and then I've got, is that now changing focus as well? I don't want it to change focus. Okay, better. And then I've also got, I'm not sure if you can see that. So that's a battery icon, and it says 99%. And if I click on it, it changes to 4.13 volts. So I've got widgets, they're widgets. And I've got faces, these are faces. And anyway, what I'm doing is I'm trying to build a, I'm not calling it TinyWATCH OS. I'm not building an operating system. The date looks wrong. The date is wrong, that's not dynamic at the moment. I was just laying out. So yeah, the day and date is not updating yet. What I'm trying to do is build a framework that people can use to make what they want to make for the watch, add stuff, but in a consistent way that makes it compatible and whatever. I'll go through it all in a moment. But what I want, like, oh, yeah. Can you implement something like Smart Mirror so people can use the Smart Mirror plugins? No. So here's the thing. Right, and by the way, hi to Mark Olson, who's lurking in the background, who is going to have a giggle about this. So what I'm doing right now is just implementing a framework, but I am not doing this. So I'm making this as an open, I'm going to change, this is a serious chat. So everyone needs to be clear on this, right? This is an open source, this is going to be an open source project. When I say going to be, it's the intent is to have, is for it to be a fully open source project, hardware and software. Hey Sean, and I am not doing it all. I'm going to be doing, I've done hardware, although I'm going to do a hardware revision. I'll get to that in a moment. So although the hardware is fully validated and working, I am going to be changing. and I'm doing some basic framework for the software to as a kind of a guideline for what I think the version that I put out there is going to be based on. But this is going to be a community project. So if you want Smart Mirror plugin compatibility, add it. That'll be for you to add it, not for me to add it, right? If someone wants a specific bit of hardware on the board that I haven't included, they can add it in their revision of the board, not me, right? So I've already got people. I'm sorry. I don't mean to come across in a negative way, right? But what I'm trying to explain is I've already got people saying to me, "You need to have a case. You need to have a this. You need to have a that." I don't need to have anything because it's going to be an open source project, and it's up to the community to contribute. And if the community don't contribute, then it doesn't exist. If I have to do it all myself, then why make it an open source project, right? I'll just make it what I want it to be, and I'll just sell it as it is, and people won't have access to the hardware files and they won't have access to the software. Like, there's no point in me making it open source if I have to do all the work, right? So people will be able to add whatever they want, but and people are going to write their own firmware for those that want to, and people, may not want to, that they might want a fully featured bit of software and won't buy into the ecosystem because there isn't one. I don't know, right? The whole idea is that I wanted to build a watch. I was kind of more interested in the hardware and the challenge than the firmware, but having looked at other watches that are out there, like the LilyGo, the TinyWATCH, and even the Open Smartwatch and stuff, and looking at what they provide in terms of software and features or whatever else, I feel like having a better solid foundation of, I shouldn't compare it to Open Smartwatches, that's kind of different, but like the LilyGo watch that you can buy off AliExpress, it's like, $50 or something. I'm not calling it Open Watch, it's called TinyWATCH. That's its name. TinyWATCH S3, there might be a different variant later. But looking at stuff like the LilyGo watch, you get some open source software with it, and it's just a couple of little little LVL screens and nothing, right? And not built in a way that's easy to extend. So I wanted to build a framework that was easy to extend, that had all the basic functionality, but doesn't have necessarily any content, and let the community go with it. But hoping that the community will build it based on this face framework and widget framework and whatever else, so someone could write a face, right, for a whatever. It could be I don't know, I'm just spitballing stupid stuff. Stocks and prices and whatever else. And if they build it to the specification of this framework, anyone else should be able to grab that bit of code and plonk it into theirs and compile it, and it runs. Now, it's firmware. I'm not building something like on the Apple Watch where you set it all up on the watch yourself. No, it's not I'm not building an operating system, right? Although if someone else wants to do that, they can. So that's my purpose with this, and I want to be very clear that I'm not taking feature requests. I've got a list of all the things I want to have in there as a base. That's an example and a guideline. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? The TinyWATCH application toolkit, yeah, the twat. Thanks. You know what I mean? And then let other people. I want to put it out there and let other people contribute. So, also that the smart mirror stuff is designed to work on a smart mirror, not just I don't know how that would even work, that plugin stuff would even work on a watch with a watch interface. Happy Halloween to you too. Does it have PSRAM? It does have PSRAM. So there's 2 meg of PSRAM, 8 meg of flash. Oh, let's go back to here. Hey, Mr. England. So, there's some stuff I want to keep working on it today, doing it. But basically, if there's a there is a base face, like a TW face class, which describes just a face, right? A face that you can navigate, you know, like this watch display here is a face. And the main thing in a face, if I go up here, you can see there's a face watch. Okay, so this is my watch face. And it just inherits off base, and basically anything you want to put on that face is inside this drawer. So you code whatever you want in there. If you want to, whatever you want to have on that face is what you put. So you can see here, I'm just printing this date right now. Day and date, we'll update that. No, I don't want to insert ads. And then, so for instance, the settings, which is that blue screen, which is always swipe like that, which it's actually blue, but the camera doesn't pick it up very well. It just says settings, right? The boot screen is just this. It's just, they're all the same. They all have callbacks for a click, a double click, and a long click, like a long press. And then they've got a draw. But you've then got widgets. So here's a base class for a widget, right? And so like I've got this battery widget, which again, it just has a draw and inherits click, double click, and long click. And so I'm drawing either the voltage or the percentage. Here's a weather one, which doesn't actually grab the weather yet, but it will. It's just printing 23 degrees right now. As you can see, it's pretty basic stuff. Where it gets interesting is, so in this display, when I set up, so when you create a face, so here's the references to all the faces, right? So the boot, the watch, the settings, there's a weather widget and a battery widget. So what you do is when you set up a face, so I've created a widget, weather and battery, and then I just add the widgets to the face I want to put them on. Right, MQTT face that scrolls messages that come through or shows the status of stuff. You can kind of build what you want to do. For setting up navigation, you literally say on my face for the settings screen, I want the up swipe to go to the boot screen. And for my watch screen, I want the up to go to the face. And it automatically does the reverse callback for you, right? Can I grab data from my own site? Jason, can it? No, it can't. Can you add that? Yes, you can. I'm not going to add that it can grab JSON from your website because that's not something that everyone else needs. But it's open source. You can add whatever you want to add. Okay? So, like with your questions about what it can do, what it can't do, the answer is always going to be no, unless you want to add it yourself. Yeah, like you can do whatever you want. It's open firmware. Okay? So for instance, instead of these going up and up, right, I could say I want this actually to be, so if on the settings screen, if I go left, it'll go to the boot. And if I go left from here, from the face, it'll go to the settings screen, right? So if I just do that, and if I just recompile, so it's all in platform IO. I've got a lot of code cleanup to do. Hello. What happened? Oh, that was weird. Ah, I've got some blocking code in there because of the serial. Okay. So now, up and down doesn't do anything, but see, it's now sideways. So you decide how you want all your faces to connect to each other, right? And you only have to set up one direction, and it automatically puts the reverse back again. So if I set up left to go to settings, settings automatically knows that if I go right, it goes back to the face, right? And so I could also just, like the widgets, right? I could grab the weather widget, and I could also, so I go like this, I can also add it to the set, I'm just put it up here, I can go face settings and also add a widget there, except I need to do it after it's created. Okay, and now that widget will be on the settings screen as well at this position, or I could create another version of it at a different other position. So you set, this is position, this is the width and the height, and this is how often it updates itself, right? So we can add I wouldn't mind adding or getting some of these working. So right now it goes online and grabs the time, but it does it every boot, every restart. Oh, okay, hang on 1 second. Okay, just replying to someone, just good. How do you tell it your location? Well, I haven't got that. It can do that from when it grabs your daylight savings time. I don't know yet. Once again, that's a finished feature. John, like you know what I mean? Like we're not up to that yet. I'm still writing base firmware, right? I'm still writing. I have to write I have to build a whole bunch of controls, like a toggle button, you know, like a button and a toggle switch and a slider. I mean, there's all sorts of things that need to be added still for this to be useful for people. And then what people want to add is up to them. So this is still just, like, I've only been working on this for a little while. We can look at doing the weather now. I mean, you can use open weather. I don't have an API key for open weather. No idea, Xmicron. Right now, this battery is small. I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't have, like I've got, as you can see here, it does dim. It dims over time, and it dims at different levels based on whether it's running off USB or not. I'm not even up to that yet. I don't know. I can't tell you how long a battery lasts if I don't have any firmware on there that actually does anything, right? Like just turning it on and letting the battery drain when the screen is just on doesn't do anything, right? I also wanted to show, as another example, I have designed a rough 3D printed case. Not something I'm overly excited about, but I'm actually going to put it in the case now so it doesn't sit like this. So I'm just going to, I did it in black, which, you know, I've actually got another version in red, an earlier version in red, and it would have been easier to see in the camera, the red version. But anyway, so it's printed in two halves. There's a front and a back, and the front's got some M2 insert nuts. I might actually just go, let me see if I can go full screen. That's upside down. Here we go, just so we can see. That's right, you need to get your own API key. There's an RTC on here. So the watch itself has got an RTC, it's got a magnetometer, it's got an IMU, it's got a battery fuel gauge, it's got extra external flash separate to the ESP32 S3 flash. There's 1 megabyte of flash down here for user storage of stuff. Hey Dave. It's got a buzzer, it's got a MEMS microphone. This one doesn't have a MEMS microphone. Which board is this? Interesting. Oh, I didn't put the MEMS microphone on that one. I've got one here. This one's got a MEMS microphone on it. Like an I2S microphone. So it's a pretty well featured thing. I'm going to unplug this. I'm going to put this case together. So you'll see it still keeps running. It's on battery. Right? Oops, left and right now. I forgot I changed it. Right, runs fine off battery. How long for? I don't know. The battery's at, why is the battery jumping around? It's gone down to 76%. Okay, don't know how long my battery lasts. The case, it's too chunky for me, and you'll see in a moment why I want to redesign. But anyway, let me just get this. I'm just going to do it. It's going to beep and think I'm clicking. So why is that not fitting in? Here we go. So that goes in there like this. Actually, I don't even know if I'm on camera or not. That's just like that. Now, here's the first problem. The buzzer, which is just there, is kind of in the way, and this side here is where the touch IC is. And so it makes that touch IC sit quite high, and it's not great. The buzzer needs to be moved. There's a few things that I want to rearrange. So even though the board works and all the hardware is validated, I'm going to do another design. And then the battery, like there's a USB on this side. We won't even discuss the size of it. There's a battery connector over here. I didn't want to solder the battery directly to the board. I want it as a replaceable battery, which doesn't leave a lot of room for a battery, right? And then because this sits high, the battery sits high, which means I need a chunky, thick case. And then I need the walls of this to be thick because I've got these little 3D printed buttons which fit in here, which need a decent amount of 3D printing wall, because 3D printers aren't, even though you can do really fine detail on a, shit, I dropped it. Okay, let's try that again. I need to do this, I need to concentrate. Even though you can do fine detail and layer heights, unless I go down to like a 0.1mm nozzle. But this is like a reference design, right? Okay, and then I can put this the right way. I've got to do it without the button. I'm trying to do this under camera, which is, you know, not great. Okay, good. We're together. And then it just screws in. Maybe. Oh, I didn't make the holes big enough. That's annoying. I should have I thought I increased the size of the holes of this, but maybe I didn't. It will go in, I hope. Okay. Oops. Hey, Mike. In the Matrix, the machine figures out how to make the human's batteries. Right. Maybe I should try to turn myself into a battery. So this isn't ideal. Like, you can't, there's no way someone can use this as a 3D printed thing. Here we go. I have a case, because it's just, it'll melt, right? This is just printed out of PLA. But what's cool is it's designed, one of the reasons it's so thick is it's designed to work with Apple watch bands. So, well, hang on, I'm just gonna take mine off. I'm gonna wreck my bands. So it's off, and you just slide in there. Yes, beep, beep, I know. Slide that in there. And we have a watch that I can put on my wrist. Now let me just change views. There we go. So I got a watch. I could probably make that a bit tighter. And it's not uncomfortable, like it's fine. But, I mean, it's a bigger screen than my Apple Watch, right? But it's, you know, it's chunkier than I'd like. It's not heavy. In fact, the Apple Watch is heavier, but that's because it's metal, right? But what I'd like to do is make a CNC version of this. Hey, Graham. Yeah, it's a chonker, and obviously it's got to fit a battery, and the battery is not a big enough battery. Like, I'll tell you right now, right? But as you see, it works. Oh, I've got the swipe back to front. What? Oh, right. So it's trying to do serial out, and because there's no serial out, by the time it realizes it can't, there's that delay. I need to remove all the serial output. Oh, hang on, you can't even see what I'm doing. I just realized I'm not even on camera. But it does work. You see the swipe delay? Because it's printing serial stuff out. I think it's a flat platform I/O thing. I don't know. So, and we've got buttons. So I've got the power button on the bottom. I've got reset up here, and I've got boot. Jesus, how do I get in my camera? Right, boot, reset, and power. So like if I hold the power button, it should turn off. Although the battery will stay. You hold it for 3 seconds, right? The battery's still connected. The fuel gauge is still powered. The RTC is still powered, right? And if I turn it back on, hopefully it'll turn on. Oh, the serial's going to stop it from booting. Damn it. Okay. I can, it's like an intravenous drip. I can plug the, oh, no, that's the wrong connector. Oh, it did come on. Right, as soon as I plugged the USB in, right, it woke itself up because of the serial. So this is hey Tabletronics, this is an ESP32 S3. I was originally going to do the C6, but it doesn't have any PSRAM. You can't add PSRAM. And I think we need the PSRAM to do anything interesting with it. We'll just run out of memory otherwise. But I'm just going to go back to here. Just going to plug this back in. Alarms work. The RTC alarm. I'm just going to put my watch back together before I forget. My Apple Watch. So because I'm using the S3 though, it makes it a bit more power hungry than the C6. I've not done the RF tuning yet on it because if I put that the wrong way, put the band on the wrong way. I need to order a different band so I don't keep pulling my watch apart every time. I'm going to break my own Apple Watch bands at the moment if I keep doing this. Okay, cool. I've got my own watch back on again. Okay, I'll zoom back in. So now I can use it like this, except I've got the cable is over my keyboard. Okay, there we go. So it's working, as you can see, it's with that serial stuff. There's still something going on. But yeah. So it's not smart enough to know yet that that a restart or something, if there's battery power, to not go get the time again off the internet. Okay, that cable's too. I need a different cable. Sorry, I had this all set up before so I could use my keyboard, and now I don't. Okay. Let's see if we can reconnect. Why is it not connecting? Serial. Okay, now it's connected. Cool. Hey Dave Paul Jones. No, there's no micro SD card slot. There's 1 megabyte of actual flash, separate flash on there. How thick is it in millimeters? I don't know, my calipers are down. Oh no, they're not, they're upstairs. It's too thick. It's, the watch band is FlexiSol. What? No, it's not. The whole thing in total is just under 15 millimeters. No, it's not 10 millimeters. 15 millimeters. And just to be clear, my Apple Watch in total is 13.2. Right? It looks thin, but it's got that big round stuff at the dome at the bottom, right? There's an optical illusion how Apple make this stuff look thinner than they actually are, right? So it's 13.2 for my Apple Watch, and this is 14.5, but it's also bigger, much bigger. Like if you look at how wide it is around the edge of the screen, right, a few billion more on depth, but I can get this smaller if I machine a case, but I'm not going in the case business, by the way, right? I could do lots of things, wagon loads, sure. So I'm just going back. Did I miss any other questions while I was doing all that? Yeah, I don't want to buy a UV resin printer for this. I'm not into UV resin, John. Too messy, smelly. And I'm not going... Yeah, there's you can see the slots on the side, wagon load. Oh, maybe. Oh, that's not even together properly. Oh, I can screw that tighter. Okay. There's the slots on the side. They're just press fit. And the band stays in. Like, if I put this band in, right? That's like in. Like I can break it. I can rip it out and break it. But there's no way that's falling off, ever. Like it's... But I had to print this at 0.16 millimeter layer height, and I'm going to print it again at 0.08. Small indent on the bottom of the case so it tattoos the wearer. It's already... It gets a little warm, right? Not hot, but it gets warm enough that you can't use a 3D printer case. It's going to warp, right? This is just a prototype. Anyway, so let's get back to as many as open source, so maybe others can print their own case. Oh no, absolutely. But so I need to refine the board. I think, well, even though this is validated, I don't want to release these boards and the design files knowing that I'm going to make a change to it. I think that's not fair to people, especially if it changes the case design. I don't want to suddenly within a month have 2 different hardware revisions out, right? I want to see if I can make this board smaller again, a little bit narrower. And I want to see if I might need to get slightly bigger and more resilient buttons. I've actually broken the buttons, the little plastic actuators on the ends of these buttons. I've broken them off already, putting this into a case, because I wasn't watching what I was doing and I snapped them off. So I'm worried that people are going to snap them. Could you move the big parts to make room for the battery? Well, so this battery is not big enough, like as in capacity wise. I can tell you right now, like it's not going to be a half-day battery, let alone an all-day battery. But getting a bigger battery in there again is already a problem. The case bigger battery won't fit anyway. So moving these parts around is irrelevant to the battery fitting right now without having a better battery, right? Without having the right battery. But again, I can't tell you how long this battery lasts for, because until it's got a real world use case, I don't know. A hearing aid battery won't last for 2 days on this. This thing draws 1,000 times more power than a hearing aid does, right? And it's got to be a LiPo. It's got to be a chargeable LiPo battery. Battery bulge on the back to make it look thinner. Yeah, I can't 3D print that though, right? I can't 3D print it. Anyway, so for the moment, I'm focusing on firmware, which doesn't make any difference on whether there's a hardware revision or not. And I need to find the motivation to relay out the board. It's a complex layout. Like, it's only a 4-layer board. Going to 6 is going to add a lot of cost with very little gains in terms of space. Oh, hello, Chris. 2 smaller batteries set to match the curve of the wrist might be nice. Sure. I mean, Apple spend billions of dollars designing batteries. If someone wants to donate billions of dollars, I can get some custom batteries too, Chris, but they don't exist. What you're talking about doesn't exist. So, you know, go speak to all the people who make batteries in the world, and you'll find out how expensive battery manufacturing is. But yeah, like there's no option for a custom battery for this. Okay, they're just these will get sold in not custom, 2 small ones oriented properly. Okay, well I can't charge 2 small ones, right? That's not an option. I'd need a completely different charging system because it need to be balanced. And the 2 small ones isn't necessarily going to give me more capacity, right? But anyway, again, the battery thing doesn't matter right now because until I've got something that can show, that can tell me exactly how long the battery is going to last, it's a moot point, right? Soon, but not yet. If possible, collab with Phil's lab. About what though? CEO Curiosity. Hi, by the way. Hey James, how you doing? Did you contemplate e-ink? No, I didn't contemplate e-ink display. E-ink display doesn't do any of the things that I'm interested in having on my watch. There are other e-ink display projects out there. So, like I want Cap Touch with a color screen, like with a high resolution, fast color screen. Yeah, I'm throwing it out there, John. It will not to see if it gets traction. Like I'm gonna continue with it anyway, for fun. I'm not doing it. This won't be my daily driver. Like I'm quite happy with my Apple Watch. It does everything I need, right? I'm not making this because I think that there's a missing product in the marketplace. I'm doing it from a hardware challenge, and I'm doing it from not even from a software challenge. I don't like writing software, but it's going to need some good software to partner with it to make it useful for people. Like I don't want everyone who wants to play around with the watch to have to write their own firmware from scratch. Organizing parts. That's not fun. I've been doing that all week actually. Yeah, so like there's things to solve still, but they're not things that I have to solve, right? But I want a good base. I want a good base for other people to work from. So if I can get it a bit narrower, if I can, I don't know, like, yeah, we'll leave the hardware stuff for the moment. But yeah, there's no way that this is ever going to be a watch that people use that runs all day on their wrist. Okay, it's not going to happen. Okay, Apple didn't even get that until their 4th or 5th generation Apple Watch, right? For those that don't know, the 1st generation Apple Watch, you got almost a day out of it, but it literally turned the screen off when you weren't looking at the watch, like, you know what I mean? And you had to go like this to kind of wake it up and whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like, making stuff this small that lasts all day is hard. And Apple have a lot more experience and a lot, like they build all their own custom silicon. What's preventing 2 batteries? Well, this charging circuit, fuel gauge, and everything else about it won't work with 2 batteries. It's for a single cell only. Also, this has got under voltage cutoff on here at approximately 3 volts. So this will actually shut the battery down and not stop the battery from going below, like over discharging, which is important in a watch, because it's like, you know, everything's enclosed and you can forget to charge it for a day and all of a sudden you can kill the battery. Hey Ryan, I've been waiting for a while to replace a dead Pebble smartwatch and this looks like will be a great replacement. Once again, it might be a watch that lasts an hour, so just, I don't know yet. I always wanted a widescreen watch. There's so many screens in the marketplace right now, but finding a screen that has a decent resolution with Cap Touch was difficult. Well, it's got all that in there, right? It is an interesting challenge, and Apple solved it with, $100 million worth of machine learning people. Again, there's 9 axes of IMU on here, right? You've got gyro, you've got accelerometer, and you've got magnetometer. So anything, like, you can do all those things with it, with the right firmware and the right amount of smarts. You fit a small cell to keep time and settings, at least, so when it dies, you only lose display. No. Can I fit a small cell? No. Where am I going to fit a small cell? And, yeah. Like, it's okay for it to lose the time. Again, so, this, yeah. I'm not trying to compete with an actual real watch, right? They don't make tiny supercaps, no. Unfortunately, small, like caps that'll last enough time, they're quite large, actually. So if I made one, it would be a workout. Well, I think Sam is more the guy for a smartwatch. If I made one, it would be a workout to check the... What? You mean like heavy? Oh, like this? That type of workout to check the time? Right. I have to use my other hand to lift up just to hold it up there. Can you get the date time from an iOS device nearby over BLE? No. I mean, you can add that if you want, but... Okay, the answer is, yeah, it does NTP. So right now it does NTP, but it does it every... Okay, I'm just going to do some firmware now. I'm going to keep working. So right now, but the problem is every boot, it goes online to grab the time, which is a waste of effort. It doesn't need to because there's a battery backup, or the battery is the battery backup on the RTC. So we're going to stop from doing that. Every time it boots the RTC, it sets a bullshit time to start with, and then it goes and grabs the time from NTP, including grabbing your daylight savings time automatically. Watch chassis will be the battery, the same thing for... I hope so, Dave Paul Jones. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of advancements happening with batteries, but that takes forever to trickle down to us, unfortunately. Mark, I just saw your message. Okay, so we need to stop it from doing this. Okay, because that kills the time every time. And what we want to do is, and I don't remember, we need to check the boot state. Oh my god, I just closed. What did I just do? That was stupid. So we need... Actually, I can probably grab it from the Arduino IDE. I need to look at the... If I look at the deep sleep example from Arduino, it's got a boot reason. And so I want to check the boot reason. And... I need to work out how I can tell if there's already a time set or whether I need to go online to grab the time. Does that make sense? Also, I have to implement the flash, the user flash. Examples, ESP32. Okay, I've lost my OBS, I've lost my everything. I've lost my chat. Sorry, I've lost all my windows. I clicked the wrong key on my keyboard and shut all this stuff down. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so there's this wake up reason. That's a wake up, get sleep, wake up cause. Can you not? Is there a not? That's for sleep. Can you get a boot reason? I want to know if there's a boot reason. ESP32 boot reason. I know this is for deep sleep. Arduino boot reason. Reset reason. That's what I'm after, I think. So there's power on reset, software reset, deep sleep reset. These are all the different reset reasons, right? So I'm just looking to see if I... Okay, so... Oh, where's that other window just gone?
Cian, chat has disconnected.
Yeah, okay. It's back again. Okay, so when it boots... I don't want it to go to deep sleep. I want it to... Yeah, it's using the RV3028C7 mark. Thank you. Yep. It's from there. Okay, so when it boots, to print boot ID serial.print print line Okay, I want to see what happens when although the serial is going to come in late. So the process of grabbing the time from the NTP server takes a while because it's got to grab details from the NTP server, and then it does the lookup stuff to get the daylight saving info and stuff. So if I can avoid, you should only need to do that if the time is not set correctly. I also want to know what the default... I should have printed the default time. See, it just grabbed this, Wednesday, November the 1st, 2023, because it went online to grab it, and it set the time correctly, but it had to go online to do that. I don't... right now, Wi-Fi's on. I don't want to even start Wi-Fi up unless the user says I want Wi-Fi, and it shouldn't need to do that to grab the time. It didn't even show the boot. It didn't show that boot message because it didn't happen quick enough. So there wasn't a delay for long enough. So I'm also going to... I want to know what the default time is. Default time... Because maybe we can check the time, and if it's some bogus time, then update it, right? I'm just going to just for the moment I want to delay this so it pops up, and I also want to stop the NTP stuff from happening. Make a control panel set watch button. A what? A control panel set watch. I know what that means. Make a setting screen. Sure, maybe. Wait, what? Oh, I got rid of get time. Right. I need RTC dot what do I want? Let's get the Unix timestamp. No. I'll just get the current date time. Okay. Right, current year equals greater equal 2003, then time not bogus. Yeah, possibly. No, it's not a delta. I don't want to. I can't compare the last times. They don't have the last time. I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to store the last time in a settings file somewhere just to compare. I don't need to do that. The RTC will have a default. I hope. So you can see that. Oh, did I miss it? I missed it. Reset. Right. So boot is 1, and the time is the first of the right. It already got the right. It's got the time already. You see that because I reset it, but the battery. Like I can, yeah, the battery keeps it even if I turn it off. Right. If I actually power down the watch. So you hold 3 seconds, I think it is, right? And then I power it back up again. The time is still correct because the battery keeps the RTC going. So I don't have, I'm not using that Otaku. I don't have a battery backup on the RTC. I'm just powering the RTC all the time off the battery because it takes like nanoamps. Like it's tiny, like it's less than a microamp to actually power the RTC fully powered. There's no point putting it in battery backup. Oh, there you go, 40 nanoamps. That's to power, no, isn't it high? I thought it was 80 or something to power it. So there's no point putting it in battery backup mode. Only, oh, is there? Okay. You just read it. Okay, well maybe I can look at that. I don't even know if that's available. Hang on. Unix RAM registered. So it's not my library, but I've actually been modifying this library. So I don't know if this has access to those. I mean, I can read and write addresses, but interrupts. Okay, it doesn't look like they've got that exposed. That's okay. Yeah, November the 1st. 1st of the 11th, 2023. Okay, so yeah, look, I could just for the moment do a, yeah, 1 microamp is nothing. Like yeah. So the two things that stay powered even when I turn it off is the fuel gauge and the RTC. Both, the fuel gauge has to stay powered, otherwise every time it powers up, all the data about the battery is going to be wrong. I'm across the date line. Yeah. So I can just do that. I can go, so if I put that back to true, and if I, bool enabled, and I go bool, require NTP equals false. Oops. Save that. And then over here I can, when it boots up, I can check the time. I'll worry about the boot ID later. But I can check the time and go, I can actually grab, I'll grab the year. I'll say requires NTP. Did I call it requires? God, I lost my mind already. Requires NTP. Requires NTP equals get date, time, year. Doesn't equal, oh no, is less than 2023. What is this going to return? Oh. Yep, okay. How can that return a uint 8? That's not going to give me. Oh, maybe. What's a uint 8 going to give me? Is it 256 times 2? How big a number? Okay, we'll try it. Yeah, it'll be years since. You're right. It'll be, yeah, because it uses I think it's the time info stuff. Right. Oh, right. An unsigned, assigned will give me negative 128 to 128. That's not going to help me then. I don't have a restart. Anyway. Okay, to 127. Hey, Jay. Sorry. To 127. So, not really what I'm doing. I need to see what this is doing, though. For date, time, year. I want to see what it returns. Hit that back on. Yeah, I want to see, like, it's got to be whatever from a certain time, like, yeah, after 2000 or yeah. I just need to know what it is without having to pull up the data sheet. $23. Okay, so from 2000. There you go. So if it's less than 23, then it requires. Okay, and then so in our boot main.py, if RTC, oh, is that private? It's private. I'll make a method for it later. Okay. I'll make a getter for it. For the moment, I'm just going to do this just to have it stop. So if rtc dot require. Oh my god. Different keyboards at home and at work, and it's yeah. I have alarms working, but I've turned off the interrupt for the moment. It's the S3 with 8 meg flash and 2 meg of PS RAM. Okay, so it'll only go online now if it needs to. Cool. Now, like, one of the challenges is going to be, like, I've got some nice colorful icons here, but they take a stack of space, these icons, right? And I want consistency. It's nice to have color, but I need, you know, right now they're not animated. I don't know why you're posting code, Wagon Loads, because none of my code works that way. So, thanks, but yeah. Plus an extra 1 megabyte of external SPI flash, yeah. Ooh, heap of space, ha ha ha. So, like, I want to come up with a whole range of, like, well, not I want to, community, but come up with some icons, like animated icons. Like, it'd be nice to show the battery full, half full. You can't even see it. It's like, there's a nice design on that there you go. It's just hard to see with the camera. It blows out the picture. But I'm going to go hunting for icons and stuff. So let's get the time set up, like this Wednesday, November. Wait. Where's that printed from? Right. Let's get it to update the date and time, that message there. But I need abbreviated. So when that's printing out, because that's not going to fit on the screen. Font awesome. Sorry, it's hard to read and code at the same time. And why is that open? Where am I printing the time? I can't remember where I'm printing that. How annoying is that? Don't want that. Okay, take it away. Must be from here. Did I not recompile this already? Okay, so I'm going to have to come up with a custom thing. No, I'm not doing anything like that in firmware at the moment. And no, well, you can't, when you say standby mode, you can't do anything in the URP cause. Like, you can do some really basic I2C, but yeah, no. It doesn't need anything like that, Chris. Like, other people can add that if they want. Again, this is not a $1,000 watch, right? Check you need MTV. Just bite the ear. Listen. Just for the moment, this is not final, Mark. Can't get used to these clock changes. Need a new watch. Any ideas? Haha. So okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to repeat what I said before a lot of people came in. This is an open source project, so other people can contribute all that, Chris, and not just to Chris, to everyone who's listening, right? I'm not solving all these things. If I'm going to solve them all and do them all, then it's not an open source project. It's a closed source project, and it's mine, and I'll not release the files, and I'll just sell a product. And that's not what I'm doing here. I'm just getting some basics set up for this, right? For people to leverage when they contribute. This it's an open source hardware, open source software, and other people can contribute and add all of the things that they want to add or that needs to be done, not me, right? So I will be, well, as I said, I want to do one more hardware revision just to rearrange a few things, and then I'll be selling hardware, but I'm also releasing the files, and other people can get the hardware made, or they can change it, they can do what they want with it. And the same with the firmware, as long as it stays open source, and as long as they contribute back. It's going to be using contribute back licensing, right? You can't take it, run with it, make your own stuff, and make it closed source. It has to stay open. But yeah, these are not things I'm going to solve, or I need to solve, Chris. They're things that other people can solve. Yeah, so I hope that clears that off. Daniel, yeah, it's off the shelf. It is, kind of. I've been stockpiling screens, the ones I can get, right? I've noticed that there are a few sellers who sell dodgy screens, that the Cap Touch doesn't work, and whatever, or doesn't work properly. So you've got to be careful what you buy. There's some cheap ones out there that are not great, and there's some really expensive ones that are the same as the medium price ones. So yeah, but everything about the boards, I'm not expecting that many people are going to go and get PCBs made and assemble their own boards, right? They're not necessarily an easy board to build, and the parts on the boards are not cheap if you're buying them in one-offs. But the point is, it's a starting point for people to, like, you look at these other open source projects, and they're not open source. Like, you look at the TinyWATCH from LilyGo, and, you know, she calls it an open source watch, and it's not. They release the schematics, great, and there's some basic firmware that doesn't do much, and that's it, right? I know you're trying to push me along, Mark, and that's not open source because people can't make their own hardware, and they can't modify the hardware, and no one's contributing software back. So I want to make this fully open source and let the community run with it and do stuff. Yeah, making a smartwatch is challenging, and challenging in all the things that, like, you know, case design and battery size and comfort on the wrist and blah 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 blah. Okay, so okay, let's add a widget, like let's add a face. I don't know. Let's add something. What are we going to add? What else do we need on a watch? Basic fundamental stuff. Point is, the hardware configuration conducive to using UBL RTC at low power? Yes. The RTC is ULP. The RTC is I2C, and you can bit bang I2C in the ULP. But I don't know what does that give you? It doesn't give you anything. The RTC runs anyway with the ESP32 off, and so what does talking to it in the ULP do? Like, the RTC has interrupts back to the ESP32 that can wake the ESP32 if it's asleep. So why would you need to do anything? What could you possibly do in the ULP? But the RTC has alarms, and the alarm can wake up the ESP32. So what would you do in the ULP? So let's say an alarm goes off and the ESP32 is asleep, and something in the ULP goes, okay, well there's an interrupt's been hit. What would you do in the You can't do anything in the ULP. You can't access any other peripherals. You can't do anything with the screen. You can't talk to flash or RAM. I mean, you can get a few bytes of RTC memory, big deal. You can't do anything with that. But it can wake up the ESP32 and do stuff. Like, you don't need I can't think of what you'd possibly use the ULP for. No worries, Daniel. Sending the timeline of being able to get some hardware. Well, I was going to release that. I had panels at JLC PCB ready to go, and I stopped them because the hardware is ready, except there are a few things on the board that need to be moved around to make it easier to make cases, right? To fit better in a case, or to allow for maybe a slightly bigger battery, or you know what I mean? There's some, but it requires a hardware respin. Functionality won't be different, but the layout of the board will be. So I don't want to release this hardware until that is done, but very soon, very soon. But I should have revised the hardware already, but I can't until I know exactly what I need to change, and I only got this revision of the case done last night. So, you know, there's only one of me, unfortunately. Right, well, no, you don't do motion detection in the ULP. The IMU has an interrupt. You can get motion detection from the IMU that'll wake up the ESP32. Again, you don't do that in the ULP. Like, you can't do stuff like... Yeah, like, the ULP is really limited. Reasonable hardware capability to measure power consumption. There's no such thing as hardware to do that, really, Mika, unless you put hardware specifically on each rail to measure each thing individually. You know what I mean? Like, there's no... Like, what do you mean by power consumption of what? Yeah, so I know, lots of questions. Every time you get an interrupt, you want to see if it hits a mask and maybe wake up or not. Okay, well, from the RTC, you want to wake up because you've set an alarm. You set the alarm on the RTC, I would expect that you'd want to wake up the ESP32 if you set an alarm. But when it comes to the other stuff, that's for other people to solve. Again, it's an ESP32 S3. It can do all the things an ESP32 S3 can do. So, sure. Right, but it's got that on the fuel gauge already. The fuel gauge is quite a feature-rich gauge. It can do lots of stuff. So yeah, that's already there. External temperature. It doesn't have any... No, there's nothing like that on there, Jay. And they're all kind of useless because that's going to be on a PCB in a hot environment in a case that could be plastic, it could be metal. So yeah, there's no I didn't put any temperature sensor on there. They don't make any sense. They need to be specifically designed inside a watch, and the watch has to be designed for it, like that, right? So yeah, no, that does, yeah. And I'm not changing the hardware. If someone else wants to put those things on and try to get them working, that's fine. Right, they're the hardware changes they can do. Well, I can't add a stopwatch and a timer widget because then I haven't added controls yet. Hey, Sam. So, yeah, okay, maybe this is a bad idea trying to code this on stream. This is still basic stuff. wonder if we can get the there is a mic, Chris. There's a I2S microphone on there already. As if your fully charged battery, know the power consumption of every operation it does, calculate how much you have used. No, the LiveMate does all that for you. Anyway. Yeah, we should put a laser on it. Does this... Interesting, I wonder if this... has... 53... I want to reboot this without the Wi-Fi. I want to see if it's picking up the magnetometer. Okay, let's add one called, just for now, Face IMU. I don't know what I'm going to call it. Yeah, beep, 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 beep. Oh, why didn't that... I'm not getting any serial output. Am I not waiting? I am waiting. Here we go. Max connected. Okay, right, this version, I've got one board that the magnetometer works and one that doesn't. Well, I don't know how you're going to connect a GPS to it. There's no ability to connect anything else to it, so... yeah, the magnetometer's not there. Oh well, bummer. Not on this one. LMU. I'm just gonna I need to put that in the base. Okay, we're going to save this as face IMU.h. Rather than eat out a bunch of extra radios for something a UART can do. Sure, but there's no UART connection. It's not a development board. There's no connector that you can plug something else in. There's no space for it. There's no room for it. You can write down what parts you've used so I can check what's missing. Yeah, I'll send it to you afterwards. Not in here right now, Mark. I mean, if someone else wants to go and modify the design to put other hardware on it, stick a connector on it, whatever, that's fine. But it's not not shipping from me like that. Okay, we're going to add IMU face IMU and we want it to update every 100 milliseconds. That's an update period. And I'm going to so left and right, and from the watch, if I go if I do down, I want it to connect to the IMU. So that's all we need to do to add that face. It doesn't do anything yet. You watch, there'll be an error somewhere. Always is. Oh, there's not. Dramatic music sound better be running for his streaming station. What? Hey, Alex. Yeah, I'm not adding a couple of pads like that. It's no. Someone else can do it. Like adding a couple of pads for serial. Where? Like, where's it going to be on the watch? Is that boot looping? Down. Oh, I did it up. Whoops. My bad. Oh, it's upside down. The watch is upside. Right, I've got them upside. I've got them the wrong way around, and it's so you see the IMU is there, but I'm printing it. I don't know anywhere I'm printing it. Like, where would I put the pads that's going to work with someone's case? And how would you access them, Chris? Like, you know what I mean? It's not a development board, but the hardware will be there, and other people can do what they want with it, as long as they contribute back, right? It's. I'm not trying to solve all these things for every scenario for everyone. I think that's just ridiculous. My opinion. Yeah. Why is that? Oh, that's right. So all of I'm using just like Adafruit graphics library, and all of these fonts, the font position is at the bottom of the font. Hardware for your watch is done right, so it will have changed unless some major is wrong. Right, for me, for now, it's just development, basic firmware development. Other people can extend the watch if they want to. What's the goal today? I don't know. The goal today was to just keep adding stuff to the watch, but 120 and 1. Okay, whatever. And so I want to have. So I need to access the IMU. I want to print IMU data on the screen. So we need to go extern. And I'm probably going to need to also. And I want to add, I don't even know if I've got anything in here that, does it do anything? No. I haven't even set up the IMU to do anything yet. I don't know. Get, as I said, I've really only just started. Right. Hey, Shipu. The real watch is all the time we waste. Ha, very funny. No, what do I want to do? I don't know what I want to do. Yeah, I know. It's not spelt right, but I'm just thinking. I don't even know. Oh man. I need to. Oh, far out. I don't even have any docs with me. I need a way to void update where the world is going. I can see the US. What? Okay, no, there's. So I'm just reading back. Doing pair programming.
Super sticker!
Thank you, Mark. Pair programming. And I want to string get. Oh my god! But I want to get a particular channel. No, for now I'm just going to return. Actually, get acceleration, get Excel X, and we're gonna get that back. Not as I'm gonna get it back as a float. U dot data dot. Oh my god, can't type. Companies are making all those smart products and nobody made a smart staff cane yet. What?
John Clayton says that's a cool logo option. What is that?
Is that rainbow? No, that's a GIF from doing a
Super chat!
Thanks, Pro Engineer. And that's your third super chat on live stream. That's awesome. Well, that's what it says, I think. Does that appear on yours or just on mine? Okay, that just appears on mine. Let's celebrate their third super chat on live stream. I got a little message on my screen, on my chat thing. That's cool. Okay, XY. Oops. Z, Y, and okay, and so we want to maybe I need a small font, not that small. Where's my 11.1? 11 point. Okay. So I'm not going to do this with the widgets. I'm just going to do it with just going to draw it on the face. I'm going to stick a, I don't know, what's 240 divided by 80 and I don't know. I can't even think. 120 and $60 and $60. Oops, scrolling. That's really annoying. 2, 3. Something like that, and then we're going to draw
Super chat!
Thanks, John. Chatting with nerds. Thanks, John. Much appreciated. So I want imu.get. Oh god, I've already forgotten what it was. And they should actually be not there. They should be there. I wonder if I have to do an update before I... Yeah, I probably do. XLX. And that's going to be at 60 to 70. So, what's that? 35 is the center, maybe. And 120 and 60 to 180, so 170. I just want to print these three values on there. I could have done these in a loop, but you know, 115, 195. And I need to call, was it update sensor? Update IMU. This is all going to break, you know, right? Okay, is this even going to compile? Nope. Float. What? Oh my god. Yeah, good one. This scroll, I think the scroll on my mouse is broken. This is called live coding, folks. Yeah, for the moment I just want to get some data happening on the screen. Oops. Like, yeah. IMU.h. Oh. Peripherals. Peripherals. Oops. Actually, the IMU one doesn't need that because it's in the same folder. Sorry about the compressor. Yeah, live coding. Crazy. What? Why can't I print a string? Oh, that won't let me print a string. Okay. Yeah, okay. My print center is looking for a string. Sorry about the compressor. Forgot to turn it off last night. Not sure if you can even hear it. Come on. I just want to get something on the screen. Okay, here we go. Have you tried GitHub Copilot? I was going to look at it. It's expensive. Like, really expensive. So I didn't bother signing up for it. Okay, so hopefully... it's going to give me this serial rubbish again. It's something to do with my platform IO settings. Okay, look at that. Okay, we have data. It doesn't fit on the screen. But see, now we have a... So that only gets updated when it's the current watch, when the current face, right? Obviously, me moving it fast, you can't see anything. Well, I don't know if it's going to be high accuracy or not. If I had Google Copilot, it would laugh at me and say, dude, stop coding. You're making a fool of yourself. Right, that's right. ChatGPT will do it just as badly for me. Anyway, that's... I mean, they could be widgets, but I did it just as a face. Cool. Anyway, there's stacks of stuff to do. I need to do all the deep sleep stuff. I need to do the wake from sleep stuff. So the dimming happens automatically. Oh, did that just change focus? The dimming on the screen happens automatically. It gets to a low dim point and then that's it. But what boot screen? Now it's lost train of thought. But I need to implement deep sleep after a certain period of time, and then you'll wake it. You can't wake it from the touch, but you'll wake it from the IO0, which is also an RTC. The IMU can't get compass direction, but there's a magnetometer on here, but it's not booting up. As I said, I've got one board with a good one on it and one board with a bad one on it. It's a little BGA part, and I used low temp paste when I built these prototypes without thinking, and of course the BGA part, the solder balls on it are not low temp solder balls, and so that was a problem. I need to yeah, but also, like, you can, I don't know if you can see it, it's that little dot right there. Hang on, that little dot right there is a BGA package. It's a little magnetometer. So the IMU is here, and that's a magnetometer. What is the max charge power? Oh, no, much smaller, 300 milliamp. Has to be small because it's going to be a small battery. You can't do 500 milliamp charge on a battery that's less than 500 milliamp. You can't even do it on a 500 milliamp. You can't charge batteries that fast. No, it's going to be a slow charge. Yeah, they're terrible, but the problem is, if I go for an IMU that has everything in it, like a 9-axis, a 9-DOF IMU, have you seen the prices of them right now? The last one I was looking at that I wanted to use, an STM part, is $49 US each. $49. Like, yeah, just for the one part. So that's not happening. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to increase the BOM cost and force people down that road. So I've gone for a separate magnetometer, but I don't know if it's going to be any good. So yeah, it did work. I think I wrecked it when when I set up earlier, I had to replace the buttons on this, and I think I wrecked it when I reworked it for the buttons and reheated it. Yeah, you got to be very careful with batteries, especially something you're going to be wearing on your wrist. I don't want people destroying their battery and then destroying their wrist. It's just a three-axis magnetometer. It's separate to the IMU, to the other IMU. So it's two different parts. So there's a BMI 270 over here, and the MC, what is it? The MMC 56 X3 here, because it's the only one that I could get. I mean, there are other magnetometers. They all have to be calibrated, and they're all not great, right? I don't know. Like maybe I've chosen the wrong part here. I don't know, but there's definitely a shortage on magnetometers. And if I look at, if we go to here, if I go to, I'm just going to take this off just for a second. If I just go to Mouser and I go, if I look for a, I don't know what I can search for. Do I have to do 9-axis or 9-DOF? Okay, that's there for boards. 9-axis IMU. No, what am I looking for? Oh, you gotta go, Jay? Catch you later. Right, so that's using 2 parts. And that's using... Oh my god, you can't even see the screen. I just realized. I'm so sorry. Try that again. I'm on Mouser. So that's using 2 parts. And that's using 2 parts. I'm looking for a... so what do I want? An IMU. Apology not accepted. Okay, let's just go. What I want a 9-axis IMU. Oh, look at that. That's a $1,841 for that one. 2DK. So this is BNO 085. I don't even know what any of these parts are. I want something that isn't a 2-part one. It's a single. I want a single BNO 055, 085. What's a BNO? BNO 085. Like $28, $17, like, this is for 9-DOF. So a 9-DOF should give you acceleration, gyro, and rotation. It should give you everything. I mean, I don't know whether this is good or a bad product, but, you know, $15 US. Am I set to? Yeah. So as a one-off price, as a 10-off price, $12. 100 price, $10. Like I'm not going to be like, I'm going to be selling these watches in the tens quantity, right? Which one? Never used one. What? Which one are you talking about? Like, yeah, this here, like, yeah, at 100 rate, $10 each. Like, I just don't want to put a $10 part on there if I don't have to. But it's a 9-axis. It's a lot of money. Like, it's going to add a stack to the. Could you solder them out of eBay? Oh, it's less than that. Huh, very funny. So what does it do though? When I say what does it do, as in, what is this? Let's wonder what they say. Takes the familiar 3-axis solenoid gyroscopes, add magnetometers, and packages them all alongside an ARM Cortex M0 processor. It'll go to firmware that handles the work of routing the sensors. Well, that's nice. So you can get acceleration, vector, accelerometer, angular velocity, gyro, magnetic field strength, whatever, linear, acceleration vector, gravity, absolute orientation, rotation vector. Application optimized. So stability detection, tap detector, step counter. The question is, does it have to be calibrated? Oh, right, you had one, so, yeah. Okay, yeah, there's a TDK part. How much was that one? The TDK one was cheaper. The problem with the magnetometers is you need to calibrate them to use them. I don't have a target price yet, but I want it. I don't look as it is right now. The watch, that with the screen, no case or anything else. I was hoping to get it at like $49 US, but not with a $7 to $8 IMU on it. But if I did it, yeah, I don't know. Right, well, a magnetometer by itself for calibration is not easy. Like, you got to do this, the stupid power it on, put it in a certain mode, and then you got to rotate like this perfectly to get it to, you know what I mean? Because it's only got its own data, so it getting one that has everything in combination together, it can do a much better job of calibrating.
Cian, chat has disconnected.
Okay, and it's back. Well, they're affected by magnetics in general, not by Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is not magnet, but they're affected by magnets. That's what a magnetometer does. Or magnetic fields. Even once you calibrate them, they still sit drift. You're talking about individual magnetometers, though. That's my experience as well. But my hope would be that if I changed it and went to something that was an all-in-one package, where something like this, where they're actually running all of the stuff in the chip, then you're not having to deal with the raw data. You're dealing with all of their algorithms that do all this stuff for you. That's what I'm hoping, that then it wouldn't become a problem. Like, you wouldn't have to worry about a magnetometer calibration and drift if it's not your algorithms that's trying to work it out, it's theirs. That's what I'd hope, but it's quite expensive to find out. Hey, Alamalo. Hey, Atiko. I mean, $54 is a lot of money to spend to grab one to have it play. So I don't know. No, Blizzard's not out yet. Still hacking away at it. No. Neither's Bling. I've got I'm in a pain point at the moment with a lot of hardware, and all of it's waiting on software. I have a magnetic personality. Was that to me or to someone else? Anyway, so look, I don't know. I might. Hang on. So I'm currently using a BMI 270. Wait, is that the right one? Right, here. Which is a 6-off IMU. I don't look. The only reason I put the magnetometer on there is like it'd be really cool to be able to have a compass app, right? But that's the only reason I put it there. Can't you make it so it saves the IMU calibration data in the? Yes, you still have to calibrate it, and if you calibrate it wrong, then all your data's wrong. Well, there are plenty of FPGAs out there that you can grab to do stuff. You can also make a metal detector, or yeah, there's lots of things you could do. A magnetic field distortion arrow pointing thing. Pity you can't do you can't do a compass with 6th off. You can do basic pitch, angle, and yaw, but not where's north, right? So you can't do a compass. You can do orientation, but you can't do a compass. So like a compass would be nice, but like for instance, my Apple Watch, right, has got a compass. I didn't have to calibrate it. I mean, I'm sure they do it on, you know, at the factory, whatever. But the compass is 100% accurate, works perfectly, and I never had to do anything to get it working. That's what I'd like for people. I wouldn't like it. It's going to be frustrating to have people say, "Oh, if you want to use a compass, you need to put your watch down on the table and rotate it exactly perfectly around in a circle." That's, you know, that's going to be annoying. So you can get, so we can do this. I'm going to go back. Wait. Okay. So on my face, so I'm going to do a, I'm going to say bool showing. The other thing I realized, right, is that I keep chopping and changing between my coding styles, and that's going to frustrate people, like using that syntax and then using camel case. I will standardize it all. I will, before I release this. Equals false, and I'm going to do on, if I double click, I'm going to do that. Actually, do I have double click? No, I better do it on, I'm going to have to do it in here. I haven't set up double click for all the, oh, hang on. I think I have, because I've got long press. Oh no, I do have double, oh, I'm not calling, right, I still have to do click. Okay. Yeah, don't worry, I'm just talking to myself. No worries, so I've got like scrolling, pages, whoops, that way. So you got swiping faces and whatever. I'm just, yeah, working on framework at the moment. So if I'm doing this, so if showing gyro, I'm just going to add that if I click on the screen, it switches between if I'm showing acceleration or showing gyro. But I'm going to have to add that. So I don't think I've get gyro. Whoop. Oh, I did too many. What? X, Y, Z. Oh, okay. Get gyro. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Alright. X, Y, Z. Okay, maybe that'll work. To do compass safe distance tests, we had to find a place with no material on the ground, which is hard to do in industrial park. Okay. Beep, beep, beep. That beep, beep, beep is the alarm going off. Oh, it's already been over 2 hours. Yay. Because I haven't set up the alarms properly. Okay. Is that switching? Am I not getting a click? Why am I not getting a click? Yeah, I should be seeing a click, I think. I might not passing the click down. I might not be passing the click down. I'm going to go, if it's the gyro, I'm going to do these in I also have to cache the colors. Right now, these conversions I'm doing for colors are, I've got to do it every time it draws. I need to cache them. And I'll do them, these ones blue. Oops, too bright. Oh my god. So those boxes will change based on, but I don't know if the click's working. Yeah, I need a coffee too. I need another coffee. And a toilet break. Should we do a toilet break and a coffee break? I think we should do a toilet coffee break. I'm going to keep coding. I'm going to keep going for a little while anyway. I just want this to boot first. Yeah, I'm not taking you with. No, no. Yeah, beep, 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 beep. Come on. It's showing blue. Okay, it's not getting the click. Why is it not getting the click? I need to go to the toilet. I do. Don't want to piss my pants. Widget process clicks. Hang on. I don't think I passed it through. Else. Right. Current face, click. And wait, do I need to? Yeah. Okay, I'm not passing it through. That was silly of me. That will work, I hope. Set a timer on the watch. What for? Toilet break timer, coffee break timer. Come on, come on. Coffee break timer. I can't set times. I can't do that yet. Wake up. There we go. So you can see it changes now red. So that's, which one's red? Red is gyro. So these are gyro settings, as you can see. And that's accelerometer settings. So, and you can see the click message and no sound. Okay, toilet break and coffee break. Back soon. Okay, I'm back. And I have a coffee, but I just made myself a small one. What? Excel gyro are the other way around? What? Maybe. No, the gyro is red. And accelerometer is blue. See, Excel. Oops, you can't see that. Try it again. Right. Gyro is red and accelerometer is blue. Is click a function? Click is a function all over the place. But the sounds is irrelevant right now. I just did it for a yeah. Well, what I should do is I need to pass in. Right. So these don't need to be like the fact that I'm doing a this is just for different sounds for that is the one place. That's where the feedback comes from. But I can do is it click double? Click double and click long. Okay. Face, what is it? Click, yeah, click double. And widgets doesn't have a double. And a long. A lot of this stuff it's going to change. It's the double. Are we still there? Is everyone still? I did restart the stream again, didn't I? I hope so. Yep. And the long.
Slotted first says farts.
I guess that's a yes. Okay, so now it'll only do the long sound and the double click sound if it actually gets a return. So what I want to do is on the watch face, I want to do a ball showing digital. Oh, courier, one sec. Hey, how you doing?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Mr. One.
Is that one too?
Yeah. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Okay, PCBs from JLC. No idea what's in them because there's two different orders coming. Whiskey time. Showing digital equals true. So on the watch, I want to do this. If I'm showing digital, do that. Otherwise, I want to, for now, I want to draw a circle. I want to do a draw circle, I think it is. 120 by 140, comma, I don't know, how big? 80, comma, and what color? I'm guessing the syntax here, by the way. I just want to see if this even works. So I want it that if you, on the watch screen, if you, wait, where did I put it? Oh, I didn't add the thing. You idiot, Sion. So if it's a long press, I'm going to go digital equals not. Okay, I have to recompile. That's stupid, I didn't do that. So now, I want it, if you long press it, it'll switch between digital and an analog display. I have to work out how I'm going to do that, how I'm going to draw that still. This is just me fleshing out the capabilities of the framework though. Look at that. It's a circle. And now it's digital. So that's with a long press. If I do a double press, nothing happens because I've got there's nothing hooked up here, right? If I return true, it would beep. And a single tap is doing nothing because I don't have anything set up for that either, right? So you can set up a click, double click. Now the other thing I want to add is I don't have, so I'm using, so this particular touch IC has got all these gestures are built in. It actually calculates them on the chip, not on the ESP32 S3, which is nice. So like the swiping and everything else, it gives me a gesture. Like I know it's been a swipe because it tells me it's been a swipe. I don't have to calculate a swipe, right? That's because the mode I'm using for it is motion mode. But there's a fast mode, there's a whole bunch of different modes. And that's what I'm using, and it does that on the actual I2C. It does that on the touch chip via I2C, which is really nice. But what I do want to have in here is a, I need to turn all this into a class as well. But I'm gonna, for now, I'm gonna go, I want an int, I want a delta x and a delta y and a ball is down, is touched. Okay, so I want to go, as soon as I see, I'm not sure if this is telling me that there's a touch or that if it's available as in it can track. But anyway, if I go is touched equals true, no, it's not Python. I want to track some deltas myself if I can. If not is touched, then I need a delta X equals, what is it? Touch pad. Yeah, touchpad.x. Delta Y equals touchpad.y, and is touched equals true. This is going to give me negatives, but that's like that's okay. And so at the what I want to do at the end, they're the start positions. So at the end of it, I don't know if this is going to work because I don't know what the touched available gives me. If is touched equals false, and I want to get I see I might not get the touchpad results. I don't know where I need to do that. I don't think I can do a finger down and finger up, actually, from this. I'll have to look at the code. I don't think this is going to work. What I basically want to do is, it gives me a gesture, like swipe up, down, left, right, click, whatever. I also want to track the delta from where I touched and where I let go. Like if it's on an angle or whatever, right? Catch you later, Dave. Coffee's not working. Bummer. Sorry, mate. Mine is. It's keeping me warm. But I don't know if I can do that. I need to see what available is. So available means that oh god, it's all registers. Okay. That means there was actually something there. It doesn't mean that it's actually available. It doesn't mean it's working. Is screen multi-touch capable? No, it's not multi-touch. I don't know. Maybe it is actually. I don't know. I don't think it is. No. But I could be wrong. I think I need to be in a different mode. I need to be in the touch mode to do that. But then I don't get the gestures. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know there was they have strings in there for it. I can call the state. So a long press, double, single, and a swipe, or a none. So I'm going to have to extend this to add a so I don't think I can. Yes, it's using a Pico 1 N8 R2. Hello, Hess Industries. Yeah, it's not gonna. I'm gonna have to add this myself. It looks like. I want to know the coordinate when the touch started and the coordinate when the touch let go. Turn on coffee maker. Yep, can do that. Well, I'll have to add that manually. Okay, so I can't do this now, unfortunately. Not going to work. I'm going to have to extend the chip capabilities. I have to go through the data sheet, if I can find it, work out the registers. Or someone else is going to have to do it, not me. Okay. But anyway, that's... I have to work out how to draw a clock face, a nice clock face. And like... Yeah, like I don't want everything to look like just primitives. Like I want, you know, nice visuals for faces. That's going to require someone with some art skills. And then I've got to work out where that data is going to be stored. Should get the flash working, maybe, if I can. I can't remember what library I was using. I think it was called SPI memory. Well, it's just an ESP32 S3, so just a normal chip, just doesn't need a crystal, doesn't need an external crystal, and it needs a different matching network, unfortunately, which I've not matched this yet. I haven't done that yet. There's no point matching it if I'm changing the board layout a bit. Wait, what was I just thinking? Damn it, I just lost my... Oh, that's right, SPI memory. Got to find where I put the library. Just hold on one second. Arduino. Libraries. SPI memory. Okay. Okay, except we don't want any of this stuff. We just want... Oh. I don't know. We want all of those. FRAM, flash... I don't even know what those are. Okay, I'm not sure I can even use this library like that in here. Reveal in Finder. What? No, I said reveal in Finder. What did I click on? Reveal in Finder. Thank you. That, and that. Gone. That. You're supposed to only have the source in this folder, but I don't know if that's going to work. We'll see. I'll try including it. If I could type. Oh my god, how funny. Oh my god. I need to type C on. See if this complains. No? Okay. Interesting. I haven't really tried to use it yet. I need to look at one of their examples. But let's see if I can even initialize it. So this is for the external flash chip. I need to find the, I think it's 33, user flash, bloody hell, flash CS, okay, hitting the wrong button on this keyboard. I think it's 33, I better check. Flash 2, yeah, CS, okay. Wonder if this will crash or not. Oh, I lost my chat. Catch you all, Embedded Hobbyist. Thanks for joining. Okay, well, looks like it's going to let that go. I don't even know how to use... Can't remember how to use this. I've got some flash test stuff here. I have to go through it all. I just need to... That's for reading and writing bytes. Can I might need... I don't want to... Yeah, I want to be able to store strings and whatever and whatever and whatever. I don't even know how users are going to access the Flash, to be honest with you, right now. Like, it'll have to be through some type of web interface or something. Okay, we should also see if we can get it to deep sleep and wake up, but maybe I'll do that later. Oh, where's that page gone? I just want to see if it can recognize the Flash. I think I had a different file, a different Flash test. I hope that's the right library I used. I can't remember. Might not be. Yeah, no. I don't know if they're compatible. I don't know what Volos's licensing is or whatever else. So yeah. Okay, let's see if I can just want to see if I can get it to print the Flash details when it boots. So just bear with me a second. What's that window? Where's the buffer? Okay, this is just hacky. I just wanted to see if it works. I know Volos does a whole bunch of stuff with the LilyGo displays, but I don't even know, like, their stuff, like, they're dedicated. Hang on, what's B1, B2? What's all this rubbish? 1 second. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the what format they're all in and whatever else. Like he makes little dedicated demos, which is different to whatever. But yeah. No, it's not 50 ohms. And you still need a matching network, and you still need harmonic suppression. You can't just stick an antenna on it. You can't do that with any of the S2 or S3 chips. You still need to do a proper matching network, and no, it's not 50 ohms, unfortunately. Did that work? Wait, there's nothing on the serial output. Why do we have no serial output? Reset. Here we go. Wait, no. Manufacturer ID. Oh, well, it's got an ID. Memory type 08. Capacity 08. That's not good. That's not recognizing the... It should do. I got it recognizing it from the... Wait, where's the JDEC ID? Sorry, I want to get to the bottom of why this is not showing anything. No, it's not 35J0. That's what the standard S3 chip is. Espressif have not released what the impedance is on it. So you have to measure it yourself. I'm going to have to measure it myself as well to work it out. See, the serial output doesn't work here sometimes for some reason. And I'm not getting the boot screen anymore. I don't know what I've done. See, yeah, I'm not getting any data here. LED duty cycle 740 LEDC is not initialized. Interesting. Yeah, it beeps. Have you not been hearing the beeps? It beeps. Oh, have I set up the... Oh yeah, I have. Analog write resolution. It's getting the hello there. Why is it? I don't know. Why is it not picking up that? I'm just going to unplug this for the moment. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know what it is. They're being quite painful about... Well, that's going to boot. Let's see if this one shows me the flash. Yeah, like, I don't know why they're not releasing that info. I've asked them, their engineers, directly, and I can't get an answer out of them. I think the truth is they don't know. The S2 and the S3 specifically is really finicky on the LNA pin, which is why there's just been so many problems with it. I think their intent was to make it 50 ohms, but I just don't think they can. I think it's unstable. Okay, reset. Yeah, I don't know why this is not coming up. Maybe it's I'm actually going to close this. I'm gonna, oops, whatever. I'm gonna flash it with this code, see if this, I'm sure this works. Maybe it wasn't the library I was using. Come on, come on. It's going to flash this Arduino code on it, see if it works. So getting a library that talks to external SPI flash is hard. External SPI flash is fine if it's the only flash, but there's two flashes on here. There's the flash for the ESP32 S3, and then there's a separate flash for the user. And it's amazing how many libraries out there that are designed for external flash, but what they mean is the system flash. Initializing. Ooh. Oh, right. I didn't. Damn it. I think in the begin, I need to go here. Or do I do it in the setup? Oh, hell, maybe it's... No. Why is it not doing anything? Maybe that's not... can't remember where I initialize it. Using an SPI bus other than default. I'm using the default, but I had this working. It is 33, yeah, Flash 2 CS 33. Maybe I need to pass it here. That's not going to like that. I don't think. Oh, here we go. Right, I passed it to the wrong place. There you go, it's working now. Okay, so the issue was here. So it's not in begin. That is not where I do it. It's up here. Okay, let's just unplug that, go back to the other one, and reflash it. And this should give me the at least access to the flash, but I'm gonna have to write a wrapper. I don't want to be writing bytes, if that makes sense. What's the time? Oh, almost 10 o'clock. How long have I been streaming for? Almost 3 hours. Failed? What? Oh, got the serial open. My bad. Sorry about that. Yeah. How have you not heard the beeping this whole time? It's been beeping. See, no serial output the first time. Really annoying. Did I push it? No, I pushed it. Here we go. Manufacturer ID, type, capacity, 14H. I don't know what 14H is. But anyway, so it's finding the flash now, which is good. Random pictures for his hearing aid. Nasty. Okay. Cool. So what other peripherals are on there that I haven't... I mean, I know the audio works, although the microphone, except that one doesn't have a microphone on it, because I wasn't going to waste a microphone just for a test board. And that's all the peripherals. So that's the IMU working, fuel gauge working, RTC working, the flash working, the buzzer working. So yeah. Oh, and so the other thing is, can we have it shut itself down, turn itself off? So we want to go, there's a power shutdown option where the software can physically turn off the device like pushing the button, right? So if the voltage gets too low on the battery, rather than just waiting for the battery to cut off, right? It can actually not just go into deep sleep, it can actually shut down the power, right? Where you have to physically push the power button to turn it back on again. So we're going to do that. We're going to go to the settings screen, and I'm going to implement a long click. Now let's do a double click. True, we're going to do a digital write. Is it set up? Yep. Okay, we're going to pull it high. It's 21, but I can't access it from there. That's okay. Settings, we're going to go 21, we're going to set to high. Okay. On the settings screen. So if I double click the setting, what do I do? Oh, I didn't comment it all out. My bad. So if you double click the settings screen, it should shut the power off. I think that's a nice feature that none of the other watches have. I'm talking about the, not the Apple watches, the other watches. So that can be a slide or a, you know, like a whatever. It'll be a button. So I go to the settings screen. So I double click. Power turns off. Yay, hey Photochromax. So it's actually off now, it powered it down. But I can push the power button and it should turn back on. Why isn't the boot screen showing? Okay, let's fix why the boot screen isn't showing. So flash, boot, backlight, create faces. Display, create faces. Okay, we want to draw the boot screen, wait for 2 seconds, then do that. Maybe that's why, maybe something was happening. The boot screen. Oh, maybe because this is not. Or update. That could be why. Because the next millis hasn't passed yet for the update period. That's probably what it is. Okay, let's try this. Hopefully, that whole delay, where it's black and then it comes up, that's because that 2 second delay, but it wasn't showing anything. So hopefully the boot screen comes back now. Nope. See that? And then that comes on. Why is it not displaying or update? Did I hear what? The beep, 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 beep. I mean, it used to work. I mean, here's the boot screen. Oops. The boot screen works. But why is it not showing? Should be drawing it right here. And it's set to 0 for the update period anyway. I don't know why that's not working. Got new batteries. What? I don't know why it's not working. It's not the battery. Wow, the battery's at 102%. How can it be at 102%? Oh, for his hearing aid. Ah, right. I got it. See, if I handed this over to people that actually knew how to write firmware, this could have all been done already. Just saying. See, again, it's not... Reset. Connected. Chip. Oops, not. Drawing face boot. It's in this thing. Black, green, white. And it should be drawing.
Cyan, chat has disconnected.
Yeah. It could be used as a cooking timer, but that's, yeah. You could buy a $5 cooking timer as well. I don't know why it's not showing it. It was yesterday. It's definitely in that thing. It had printed it. Drawing face boot. Drawing face boot. Canvas, 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 canvas. Draw. Canvas. Dunno. I do not know why it's not working. Unless the backlight's not on yet? Wait, when am I seeing the backlight? Maybe it's a backlight issue. Maybe it's the backlight is off at that point. That could be it. Okay, if I can fix this, I'm going to then call it for the day, I think. I've got hundreds of boards to test from yesterday and get them packed. And I want to start... The next task is to make some basic controls, like a button, just a general button, a toggle, on-off toggle. There we go. So the backlight was off. That's all it was. Yay. And I need to also just realize the timer for the backlight. I need to that to be set here. So the timer. So I've got two different sets of times. I've got one for, it's a bit messy at the moment. It needs to be in its own class, I think, but it's got a set of backlight settings and times for when you're on battery or whether you're on USB or VBus, right? So the screen is brighter when you've got USB connected, and how long it stays bright for is longer. Thanks, Mika. Okay, so that'll start the timer from after the face draws. Cool. Okay. I think I'm going to call it there. I'll start working on some basic controls. And I want to put a few things in the settings screen. Lots of things. Anyway, I'll iterate over the next little while, and then I'll present what I'm up to again at another time. Well, there's no GIF player. I need a GIF player, right? And I need to get the GIF data in. So yeah, I could do that. It's going to take a bit of memory, but yeah, I'll put an Easter egg in or something. we'll get a GIF player going. Sounds good. Color picker. Ooh, that's going to be hard. Yeah, it's making progress. Yeah, I need to spend some time on some nice visuals. Okay, folks, thank you. Thanks for joining and sticking around for so long. 3 hours, for those of you who stuck around. So, I could technically make some hardware as it is right now and ship it to some people if they wanted early hardware to start tinkering. But I think, I don't know, it's going to be a lot of work to relay out the board to fix some of the positions. Like one of my other options is, instead of moving that buzzer, that's a 5x5mm buzzer, I can actually get a 4x4, which doesn't save me much. I can get a 3x3mm buzzer, the same brand, that'll give me enough space that it won't overlap on the thing anymore, because it's only a little bit it's overlapping, right? No, that's not straight. There we go. It's only a little bit. So, but the problem is the smaller buzzer is 3.5 times the price. So it goes from 60 cents for a buzzer to $1.90 something, $1.95 a buzzer. And that's at the 1,000 quantity. So that's a lot of money to spend on a buzzer. Or I could just move it. But I don't know where I can move it to. Anyway, I've got quite a few things to solve, but the buzzer has to stay. Having the beeps and stuff's good. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll keep you all updated as I go. Oh, John's back. Boards. My employer make have buzzers with a sticker on it so it can pick and place and survive the cleaning process. Well, yeah, I pick and place these, but they don't have... not all of them survive the cleaning process, unfortunately. Yeah, so you can't get the stickers on the little tiny buzzers, unfortunately. They come off, whatever they covered with comes off in the ultrasonic cleaning. Okay, I'm really going to go. Thank you all for watching. I look forward to updating you all on progress next time. Well, is there a way to read into... Oh, okay. Right, internal, external flash. Well, it's not memory, it's flash. You're talking about, for me, on the watch? I don't want it to be one. They're separate. And no. The answer is no. If you're talking about on the watch, the answer is no. Cool. Okay. Anyway, bye. I'm going. For real. Catch you all later. Bye.